Afternoon all. I'm sure it's good or not this afternoon anyway.
Hi, Roger. It's quite hot in the Free State, mate.
So sorry, find it's quite what?
Very hot. Quite hot.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in Joburg and I prefer it. I mean, some guys don't like the heat, prefer the cold. I'm a hot weather man. This is ambient to me. It's just fine. So I'm quite happy with the temperature at the moment. Don't even use air conditioning. I'm not in Durban, but up here I don't bother with it.
Now I walked through my irrigation system outside in the wind and I feel much better now.
Yeah. Well, it's 4 o'clock and it seems to be going back to, I don't know, a lot of the trades anyway. It looks like they both seem to be turning out not well at all. AUDCHF, AUDCHF, what that about? Trying to find it now. Here, 64.60, 63.24. It's got the round figure. Clearly, it's in not looking good. Okay, what do we have? 40 pips down. Maybe that one holds. But yeah, it's not pretty today. It might hold. NZDCHF, I think, got stopped out. It started to come right earlier on, then suddenly popped up. I'm just all over the place. This really is. Yeah, 608, I think it stopped out. Yeah, 610 was the height, 6008 was the SL. And just popped up. This is the trade went in yesterday, just popped out. Will it continue? I don't have no idea. It just doesn't seem very formation at all. The other one was US dollars Swiss franc. Looks like it's heading pretty disastrous as well. That was we got in there. 690 to 08. That's 50 pips in deficit. As he got to 78 where we stopped out. Came close. 69 it got to, not quite stopped out. Unbelievable. What's the dollar doing? It came off nicely. Wrong one, sorry. Came off nicely, then decides to pop up. Basically, we know it goes up and down, but it really is, it's directionless. I mean, good example, and some guys done it well, the short and the Swiss franc. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Yeah, I mean, range trading, directionless as well. Will it come further? Honest, it's come down to look to go up again. I don't know. But anyway, the bottom line is that's why it's never stop. Not if it goes well and things to take time, it's normal, and you get trots, runs on the trot, where you where you get several just don't. And that's what I said. We discussed in the TR. It looked like a good idea at the time. That not on this one. I mean, the ones we went into, and it happens. People scream, it's frustrating, but remember, it's the variables completely gone out of the draw. And the times, quite frankly, it's crystal ball gazing. And it's one of the moments, yeah. We're not out of it yet, but it might come right. But I mean, then they can come off down and think, this is coming right, they'll pop up, and then it's the short-term move now. Well, there's no direction. That's the problem. That's what the frustration is. So, and you can't blame me or yourself or the course or any broker or MT5 or the government, which is variables and rocking it around. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's about 3 on the trot now. So I don't get many of those that don't look good. 3 on the trot. We're still in them, but as I said, they're not looking pretty. So we can't say till we're out. Can't say it's a loss or even a win if we're out. The only time we say it's a win if your stop loss is better than market, and then you protect it, even if you're still the trade. But at the moment, we're neither not pretty, but we're still in them. But that's not happy. Not. Yeah, it's just yeah. Thought you might hold on the daily. Let's go at the daily. What was it? Must be another one there. Yeah. So oh, that's right. Another US dollar, Swiss franc. I knew something. Swiss franc. It's back to the daily. That's been holding. Seen 1, 2. Look at those times there. Good idea for short. We all agree in the sell zone as well. I mean, you know, I might have think it's a good idea for short even up here. It's in the sell zone and suddenly going up. I'm not sure what the Germans got a lot to do with it. I mean, it's a big country in the EU, but that's Euro. I remember Swiss franc is it's not part of the euro; it's a separate country, so you can't really blame what happened in Germany on that. So yeah, and it was coming fine. You know, maybe it did, but I mean, you know, I went in there. Commiseration. People often say that. What I don't know what to say. Yeah, commiseration. Yeah. Will it come back off fall? I don't know. Dollar decided to move up. It's really the problem is now, as I say, is no, it's a flip of a coin at the moment. You can get a good idea, working the technicals, working experience, the dollar weakness or strength, one of the stronger ones, etc. Where it's a bunch of guys there suddenly seeing something we don't see, or very number of players decide suddenly going to buy the dollar, and sheer force of the numbers buying it will force it up. Whatever your technicals say, who knows? Yeah, it seems so, yeah. But to say, which seems so there, but I mean, you know what I mean? Look at the history, what has happened. I can see that, that's clear. Is it like to change direction or not? I haven't a clue. Has anybody got a clue? I don't think so. Just, no. Good examples of Swiss franc, sorry, dollar yen. It was back here, something like that. And I thought, leave it alone. The dollar's looking pretty weak. The yen's still pretty much on the strong side, and it shot up. Why is that? And then it performed against another one, a strong currency, the other way around. So I think maybe, I've just a guesswork here. I think there's a large amount of players out there who are just moving on a strategy. It looks a bit low, we'll go and buy it, rather than any form of rationale other than that behind it. If you've got enough force of people doing it, you'll force it up anyway. Follow the money, because it's not making, should we say, fundamental or technical lot of sense at the moment. So yeah, anyway, we're not in that one. We're in the Swiss franc. Is there any pullback coming here? We're obviously short. Well, it seems to be coming at the moment. Whether it's going to be sustained or not, I don't know. In fact, why is it pulling back now as the dollar's been going up the last 3 or 4 hours? You know what I'm saying? That's if it's gonna pull back, it should be when it's coming off, not when it's suddenly the dollar's going up. Now it's pulling back. You know, that is, you get my point. Good afternoon, Nick. Got it when you went down. Well, that's all right, I think. Yeah, so will it recover? I don't know. No idea. Okay. NZDCHF looked like it's recovering at last, and suddenly pops up again. Might come recovering. Everyone gets a bit cheerful, and suddenly pops up. Why? I'm going to think it's more a large amount of traders there, just pushing it one way or the other. Could be institutional or mostly driven players with a lot of money. I don't know. But as I say, the dollar now has weakened when the dollar has increased in strength over the last hour. The GBP suddenly took off about 6-7 hours after the fundies came out. Extraordinary. Okay, just a quick catch up on the economic front, see anything's happening there. PMI's not a little bit less, Purchasing Managers Index, that is, than expected. Manufacturing slightly better, there's a very slight difference, so there's not much telling you there. Lagarde's been speaking, didn't see much effect on it, just think much the same. CPI from New Zealand's coming up nearly midnight. I'm not sure that's much interest. But yeah, it's very strange. I did mention it. Did start off with the open trade, then the DCHF looks at the stop loss. The gold's doing all right, at least as that. But the new open ones today were still in them, but they're not good. And I still stick by the trade. It's actually here, not in on this one. And he called me up about 3 weeks ago. Well, maybe more, maybe it's a month. I don't know. WhatsApp me anyway. He called me up. I don't know. And he said, even though they're going wrong, I still stick by the idea of the trade theory in the first place. And yeah, that's all you can do. You got the information. I know what's going to happen to the next candle. We have the information, and yeah, so there it is. What else can I say? All the guys send me things, screenshots there, as if I can flick a switch, turn it around. Point to send me a screenshot if it's down. And you sense the blue, thanks very much. It was down one of those things, something like that. But they often send it to me as if I'm supposed to do something about it. I don't know. The market comes off, I can't control it. Or goes up, or it goes the opposite direction, should I say, yeah. I'm trying to think of the worst run I've ever had. I think it's about 6 that I got wrong on the trot. That's about the worst, I think. And about the best on the trot winners about 12. I think that's my record. 12, I think the worst 6. But right, the goal's interfering with the 6 because that's doing okay. But certainly we've had 3 or 4 not so good ones in the last few trades anyway. So, you know. Okay, don't know what else to say. Still think the information we had and we agreed on was correct. We went in, not a thumbs up, we went in looking at it properly, as we've learned. It happened. Let's have a quick check on the NAS. It's going to open up in a few minutes. The NAS looks like yesterday it came pretty close. That I did expect. I wrote that in my newsletter. It would probably get pretty close to that area there. It didn't quite get to 12,000 before it came up, but it could get around about the 12-ish area. It's always the area, you know, can't pinpoint to one pip clearly. But maybe that'll come off a bit. Maybe we get some, I don't know if anyone's still in some of those tech stocks or taking it or whatever, but if they're still in, it might come off and see what happens there, and then it might come right. Okay, I just want to clarify, I think most of you know anyway, but new guys in here, whatever. The trade ideas sent out with the best from the world. We use information and a bit of experience, and then we send it out. What happens after that? No idea. Please believe me, I have no idea. Anything could happen. There's millions and millions of players in the market with different strategies. So what the market will do, and you'll know after that price what's happening. Whether it's going to go back to 12,000 down to 11.5, I think it's going to come off. That's all I can say. I think it's going to come off. And it goes up. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. You get my point. But I think it's going to come off, but I don't know. The market will do the market does, and sometimes it's strange. I have pointed out the dollar's been going up, and it's only now the dollar decides on there to weaken. We were going short, which is nice, but hey, go figure. And that often happens, so just got to be aware of that. Remember, I'm going to be horribly honest with you guys. Larger power this is complete crystal ball gazing. It's coming off now. Okay, didn't quite get to the target, but anyway, got up there. Maybe you took profit. I don't know. As long as you've got your stop inventory, that'll be fine. Yeah, a lot of it, unfortunately, the very short term, large percentage, I'm afraid to say, crystal ball gazing. We can take a view overall, but in the very short term, go on the Bloomberg and ask them, and they'll say, yeah, what's short term? See what he does. Okay, so I'm looking at overall factors. I see upside in gold, and I see some downside on the dollar coming through, etc. I've mentioned that many times. What it does in the short term is, just honest, noise, in between noise. Okay, so some guys might have gone the opposite way, and fair enough, but we got unlucky, went one way, and they got lucky the other way a lot of the time. Okay. Just maybe it'll come right. Okay, let's go back and have a look at the ADCHF. Is it holding? It's trying to come off. This will be 15, might get a better idea. trying to. Will it be sustained or not? Let's see. And the other one, is that coming off at all? Seem to be trying. All I can do is just hope. You asked me then, do you think it'll be sustained? I'll tell you what I think, but I have no idea. Don't know. Seth, do you know? Is it going to come off or jump back up again? Seth doesn't know. So we'll see. Yeah, it's frustrating, but there it is. Okay, yeah, we went quite a few things this morning over it. We know the Americans are opening. I don't think, I'm not sure if the KO, the Coca-Cola one's been set out. Just asked there, don't know if it's sent out as yet. Just check, just give me a second.
I've received it, Roger.
Yeah, I just checked myself now, it's been sent out, yeah. Okay. Thanks for your help there, by the way. Some questions have been pushed through here. Can I trade on 49 Rand? Guy asked. Does anybody think you can trade the international market for 49 Rands? Anybody here think that can be done? Be interested to know, because maybe people do, I don't know. Does anyone honestly think they can trade the international market for pounds of 49 Rand? That's just under $3 US. Yeah. Another one says, your signal has such a big stop loss. I mean, how do you answer a question like that? Yeah, that's the beauty is. If I was a multi-millionaire independent, I could say a lot more than I can say, but yeah. But your signal have a very big stop loss. What sort of a comment is that? Margin alone will kick you around exactly. You've been doing it for a month, clearly. Exactly. The sort of stuff we get, and I don't know how to answer it sometimes. Two other times, somebody deposited a Rand. Okay, well, that's popping up again. So yeah. Well, I don't know. What's the dollar doing? Let's just move on anyway. Right. Anything after more discussion you'd like to discuss? Anything? Obviously, trades come first if you can find one. What a pleasure if you can. I'm a bit circumspect. I'm thinking Tesla might be a possible short. And the KO we've got on. We've got that going out. See what happens on that. And then we can check on that. But yeah, before it gets too doom and gloom, there's only about 2 or 3. Some guys trading out there have got 10, 11 on the top wrong. I can't say that's ever happened. So I suppose, you know, everything else, just think it's not looking pretty. You've got to put a bit more perspective, hey? Yeah, I think you might be right, so I hate to say it. You start grasping. But on the weekly, it's still in the sell zone. It hasn't taken out this guy here, so but mind you, it might hit your stop and come off. But we'll see. We'll see. That KO, yeah, you get the lingo actually, KO. Yeah, been doing a month, this guy. Look at this. I think he'd been doing a couple of years. Yeah, it is a bit bloody noisy for everyone, I think. Probably find you some sort of PhD in astrophysics. Some, you know, right, you know. Oh, right. I totally agree with you, Zeph. And it's not just me talking. That's my I do an evaluation of my own, but it's backed up by guys, other guys, and obviously guys, analysts, you know, and they're predicting they could come down to touching maybe just a bit below 100, around about there, before we start seeing much strength again. We get some bobbing around. We're always going to get the noise, you know, the bobbing around. But I think 103 is capped for a while, and yeah. So I thought the Swiss franc is reasonably stable. So I picked up what to sell it. It seemed to be right. It hadn't broken above on the daily this guy today. Remember, it was around there when we sold it. We thought that's a good enough area. And yeah, it decided to pop up for some reason. Yeah. And this one's an interesting one. It's CHF-JPY. Who would have thought it was in the Swiss franc against the yen, now in the sell zone? You would have said that 6 months ago, would you? Big question is that range going to hold, pop up again, or is it going to get further downside? From my opinion, I don't care where it is on the charts, I personally think that's going to go back up again. I'd be nervous in my short positions about some people are in there. I'd be nervous, but then again, what happens? It comes down here. So yeah. Yeah, I think probably leave those. Yeah, a lot of them leave it alone. Even the CAD JPY, is that coming off a bit? Thought it might pull back a bit. I tried to think it pulled back a bit. I was looking to buy it there, remember? But I'm not sure I'll be selling it and probably just as well because now it's popping back up again. So leave that alone. This is the one I think is a good possibility. It's come down here. It's rested a little bit there on a bit of support there. Okay. Weekly chart. It's definitely the buy zone on the weekly. Okay. Even though it's a sell zone on the daily. 4 hourly. Yeah, that's not so pretty, is it? But still. I think that's got some upside. Anyway, probably best to see what the hell happens. I don't know. I can't really make it. No, I didn't do anything with it. I didn't touch it. It just looked too iffy to me. Can't remember a word. Airy fairy, iffy. No, I didn't do either. To be fair, we did hit the TP on the last time on the dollar Swiss franc, so I suppose you can say that. But yeah. Looks like we decided to pop up. The dollar's not backing it, so it makes not a lot of sense there anyway. It's come off a little bit. Might even come right, but still. It's a big note at the moment. JPY is a bit. Where's Jethro is around? He used to say it's a bit of a big note at the moment. Seems to be. In fact, a lot of them seem to be completely all over the place at the moment. No particular one thing or the other. So it's quite difficult. Okay. All right. So I haven't got anything brilliant to have a look through. I've spent a lot of the afternoon looking through, trying to find something you like to say with confidence. That I would say, yeah, I'll jump into my money, my mum's money, my dad's money, my wife's money, I don't know. But I can't say anything. I'm that confident it's going to go in either bloody direction, either long or short. So maybe we just hang fire and hope we get some direction soon. It's about the best I can offer. Okay. What's the time now? Still a few minutes to opening. So yeah, even the CAD CHF's a bit strange. What we did to daily chart. Is that going to hold? Are we going to get some more downside to the Canadian? In my opinion, yes. That to me is a trade. I think the Swiss is stronger than the Canadian at the moment. Canadian follows the America. We just said, and Zephyr said as well, expecting a bit of a bounce and some weakness in the dollar, which means the Canadian as well. It's right up against the 50. Clearly it's hanging down. Clear as the sell zone. In theory, that's a sell trade. So should we all go long, guys? We'll stop up here. TB down there. That's a trade. To me, in normal circumstance, that's a trade. Stop out the way up here, 70 pips away, and you take it down here. And yeah, plenty good, decent risk reward. That to me is a sell. But yeah, so I'm obviously joking now. So maybe we should all buy the bloody thing. This makes about much sense as that. But you see what I mean? Technically speaking, would you say that's a sell? Yeah, confirmation. You got a bit of a confirmation that sellers coming in defending it there. That's a bit of confirmation. Yeah. But yeah, we wait a little bit. But you see what I mean, guys? Looking at that, would you not say that looks like a sell? Look at the two instruments involved, CAD, CHF. I've mentioned about the Canadian being weak now with the dollar, American that is. Swiss is pretty stable. I've mentioned that millions of times. It's gone up, attacked, sell the rally would have been the norm. It's in the sell zone below the 200, the 100, and the 50. Right, it's above the 10, but that's the small one. And it seems to be holding. Confirmation is probably a good idea. But all right, then I'll put it in other ways. And anyone looking at that would say I would go wrong. Okay. So you can imagine where I'm sitting, the frustration, and that shoot up. I mean, yeah, maybe some of the hawkish stakes earlier on today came out with Lagarde, but nothing new there. It's been discounted in the market. Remember, the market price always looks forward, and all the other factors have already been discounted into the price at where it is at the moment. Certainly, something else is going to nudge it either side of that. Yeah, thank you, Big. Looks like a sell. So we look at that as a sell, and then it goes pear shaped. Well, that happens, you know. It's like when you get married, you think it's going to be forever. What happens? Okay, so what do you think, guys? Should we just take a deep breath and hold on, or do you think wait for confirmation? Not what sort of confirmation you're looking for, or does everyone say, "Well, I'll do it"? Okay, we'll wait on that. Well, that's easy enough. Second. Yeah, the last time we took that out was in 5th December. So that's sort of about 6 weeks ago, plus minus. That's the trade I would look for. Okay. I'll knock that off because I think we're all a bit gun shy at the moment. EUR/JPY for a sell. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. Maybe. Guess as good as mine. Like completely guesswork. Let's get it pop back up again or down. That's I have no idea. I'm going to sell on that one. Makes you smile and cry at the same time. I'm not sure what you mean by it. I actually don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if it's going well or badly or whatever, but if you ask me where it's going to go from here, that's just a complete flick of a coin. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. That's total decision there. Right, halfway between the 100 and the 50 and the 200 moving averages. No one's in control there. No one's in command. It's a rudderless ship at the moment, that one. Tell you right now, they can shoot up. If you get long and shut up, well done. Well, I say, well, good luck done. Shoots down, well, good luck done. That's complete to me. I can't pay that. Okay, so fair enough, fair comment. Okay, fair comment. Coming up to time, just watching that. Okay, I'm going to swap over now to the NAS, see how it opens. Dollar's starting to go up a bit at the moment. Might get a bit of downside here. Yeah. Afterwards, if you like, we can do a few Q&As if you like, to discuss a few theories, strategies. People want part of this is discussing strategy as well as trading ideas. So yeah, we can look at that. Some people coming in here batting to find a strategy. I had done the live chat earlier on saying I need a trading strategy. So I said, come and join us the training. Don't be hassle. We said discuss if required. Look as it was, that's bobbing around. NZD, what was it called? USD. A bit nerves on that one. Now I would sell it now, yeah. Sort of 15 minutes. I wouldn't sell it now, clear the buy zone. If I see it for $1 weeks, it might be a buy. I think, to be honest, I think there's more chance of a bit of upside on this rather than downside, but neither way, that's just an opinion, by the way. It's not a trade idea. Okay. Yeah, I actually see some downside. I have some upside on the NZD there against the dollar, but we shall see. All right, let's see now. KO. Don't know if you got in on the trade idea. When it opened up, you might not have a chance, but came in at, I think it was 1620 or something. Get the details down there. $60.26 was the entry on this one. $60.26, 60.80, 58.80. So yeah, clearly it's below that. And you see why I thought it was an idea, because even though the indices were pushing up, this didn't do it. It held in the weaker zone. So I thought it was a good opportunity to sell it. But again, it's, well, might not be good. That's the problem. It opens, I'm going to get a good entry. Tesla short, I think so, yeah. Dead Reynolds took that trade, by the way, the Coca-Cola trade. Well, the daily, correct, it's crunching a bit. Can't see much in the weekly on it. But yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. Yeah, having above here. About $12 away, so it's going to be 12. That's in problem. What the hell happened there? Yeah, it's $12 away, so it's $12 shares your risk. You can go 0.5 if you want to risk $6. That's about $100. But it's 200 rand a share. If you want to risk 100, it's half a share. Full shares clearly 200. You know, increments above that. Yeah, I agree. I think so. Let's see how it opened. Yeah, I think so. The NAS again. What's the dollar doing? Not a lot. Still up a bit. Yeah, I think it's possible to sell on that one. I agree. If you get $12, we'll do about 20 as a TP. Where's 20? I think you take it down there, yeah. Say 118. I do see it as a downside anyway, yeah. Any comments? Okay, Hedy, no problem. Understand, thank you. Yeah, any comments? Or should we leave this? What do you reckon? But I agree, I see downside. I'm not sure that's going to be maintained, but hang on, are we getting small buyers coming in? Maybe we're popping up again. Maybe we wait for confirmation. It might get up to this one. Why is it doing that? It might get back up to 50. I don't know. I see the downside, but maybe it's been a bit funny lately. Maybe we should just leave it. I don't know. Leave it alone. That cash, fair enough. Anyone take the KO? GS is coming off again. Good. Anyone take the KO? Okay, let's see how that works out. That's fine. I think we'll just if we miss it, we miss it. I think it's maybe that Tesla's not too sure. When you get stuff going that doesn't make a lot of sense, it does seem to make you feel like I'm going to pull back a bit. The only game of skill to get on our side is when we have some rationality of sense, and you can use that skill to get you ahead of the market. But if it's acting completely irrationally, then I'd rather leave it alone, because that's just get to it then. Okay, so Coca-Cola. Let's have a look at the other stuff. Apple. I think guys might still be in it. I don't know if you stopped out. Anyone still in it? Seem to be coming off of it. That's all right. Amazon. Yeah, we're on the 4 hour. Yeah, it has come off a bit. Maybe that'll continue. Maybe turn the red into blue. We know about Microsoft and Goldman Sachs. That did just fine. No problem there. F-stop starting to come off a little bit again, which is okay. That might come right. That's a patient game, that one. It's a patient, it's not tech stocks, it's not a volatile patient game, but I think we're going to get that's looking like it can come right. So stick around with your F-stop, I think it's going to come right. Okay. Meta. Is that a stop? I'm not sure. That might have been stopped out. That decided to shoot up for whatever reason unto itself. Okay, and we know Microsoft will win that. Okay, so just really F-stop, yeah, it's boring, but it's doing okay. It's just let it run. Okay, I'm okay with that. And yeah, see how the Coca-Cola does, but I'm a little bit on the Tesla. Let's see the sell, but leave it alone. Okay, let's see how our two open trades are going on. AUD CHF. Looks like it's going back up again. That'll be a decision there. Okay, the note itself. Okay. And the dollar CAD. Dollar's moved up a little bit. Not, I mean, sorry, Swiss franc. Headless chicken jobs. Leave those for a moment. Right, Brent. Is Brent giving anything there? Indecisive. Normal story. Indecisive. Okay. They're not, are they? No. They're not. Indeed, they're not. Still coming off. I think that's going to start moving up soon myself. Anyway. It's a lot easier, hey, Mark, when he had a couple in the strong, a couple in the medium, and a couple in the lower week ago. Put it together. When you get a rally or a retracement to go and do it, it used to work out pretty much on the nail. Now, I don't know what's the strong or the weak zone. They're all much in the sort of don't know zone at the moment. I mean, I'm trying to think of the six, was it seven, was it? Dollar, euro, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, Great British pound, eight of them, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, all of them. I can't safely say one's a heck of a lot stronger than the other at the moment. They all seem to be mixing it up together, if you know what I mean. You shouldn't be stopped out yet. I don't know where you had your stop. You shouldn't be stopped out in the dollar Swiss franc, Mark. I've got it down above the round figure. What have I got it down? Dollar Swiss franc, I got it at 63.24 as the stop loss. Certainly haven't reached that. So, am I the right one here? It's the wrong one, is it? Yeah, that's right, correct one. US dollar Swiss franc, no, on the wrong one. US dollar 92, yeah, I think it was stopped out. Or was it? No, you should still be in. Should have stopped you out. Okay, pretty close. Stop is 92.78. And then even the spread only got to that. So you should in theory still be in. I don't know why I stopped out. That's right, all that big World Economic what do you call it, foundation there. The billionaires there at the moment. I'm not sure on the same wavelength, Mandini. I'd say it might be to take profit. I don't know what you mean by that. What I'm saying is, Mark said he was stopped out, and I'm saying, how's that? Because it hasn't reached the stop loss, is what I'm saying. Whether it reaches take profit or not, well, guess as good as mine. You know, just have to see. Okay. But as I said before, we're not out of the bloody wars yet. The world's economically in a right debtor mess. So, well, trouble is when it does come off, it usually comes off very quick and you miss it. Okay. Trying to figure out now where on earth I got that figure from. Unless it was in your color before that, just told us that. It might be. Sometimes defaulted with the previous one. Especially on position size, you put in 0.1 on the previous one, and you switch over to do another one, you've got to make sure you change the volume because it, you know, because it stays the same until you change it. Might not make much difference if you're out. If you might actually get stopped out anyway. But I'm just saying, in theory, you shouldn't have been stopped out. Okay, let's see how it cook. Let's try and get some good news out of this little lot. Is it happening you're supposed to? A was K, where's K? K, J, K. It's about the same, slightly down, but not much. Okay. What, with dollar Swiss franc? Do I think it's downside? Absolutely. I'm sticking my guns. I'm not for crossing or get a bit of jip. Far from it. I have a good moan. I feel sorry for myself. That's human normality. No, I'm confident downside there. You shouldn't have been stopped out in it, but anyway, you were. So shut up, Rod. I didn't say that because you were. No, I see downside. If you want to go in again, just at a slightly wider stop, I see downside. Yeah. How far is that? Maybe if you want to do it, maybe that's a bit wide. Maybe do that. Maybe a tight one. Make it. Yeah, stick with it. 93.48 is the original one. Stick with that. I'm thinking the wrong one. 92.70. I think the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, maybe just above the round figure. Maybe it's 93.10 and take it back down to the original TP. No, I still see downside there. We didn't get into Oxy in the end, or you might have done, but I don't think we crowded, so we left it, I think. Look at that, jumping around there. Look at that, look at that. Jumped 280. Okay, yeah, I'm sticking with the guns, and I'm not stopped out, I'm holding on. But if you want to do it again, I'm not against that. And this time get a wider stop on the same TP as last time. You okay? Let's have a look at, was it the CAD CHF? A bit hesitant. Is anything happening there to convince us? Not really, no, not yet. There's a comedy show quite a few years back in the UK called Men Behaving Badly. I was thinking this is the M behaving badly, as the market's behaving badly. Anyone saw that? I don't know if it's televised over here. Been quite popular and famous over there. A couple of naughty boys, basically men behaving badly. Not nasty, but just basically. Any suggestions? Anybody see the comedy? I think it's quite popular internationally as well. Only Fools and Horses. Anyone heard of that or seen that? Oh, looks like not the catch on it. Yeah, I thought he was going to hit the stop loss. Stop loss. Yeah. That's the trouble, because you're doing just fine, doing just great, and then that happens, yeah. Yeah, because you know what it means, only fools and horses. It's just a shortage of the form only fools and horses work. And Del Boy Trotter, he was always looking for a main chance, anything but doing a hard day's work. And that's really sort of a slight satirical look at most of mankind. They spend more time trying to get out of doing work than working harder getting out than doing it properly in the first place, sort of. That's right. Yes, that's true. Yeah, he used to be on pirate. Yeah. Because that goes about 40 years ago. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So well done, Zeph. Hold on. Don't drop the gun. It's moving back up. So I was right then. All good in the short. Let's go and buy it. We'll be in profit now, eh? But yeah, you're right about the confirmation. It looks like again it's doing funny jinx. So yeah, leave it. Probably doing the same with Tesla. Let's hold on. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, that's starting to move back up again. So yeah, leave the bloody thing. Is the NAS moving back up now? Yeah. Can't trade that. That is untradeable, guys. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame me. Don't blame anybody. That is untradeable. Has it now reached stop loss? Is it just pop back up again? Is it? Probably the spread. Yeah. Might have done with the spread. If you've been stopped out, you did, because it's 78, but then maybe there's a spread suddenly jumped to the last price anyway. ADCHF, that's still in. That's about what's it? CHF. That was 65.24. That's doing its best to figure their overall. Yeah, that's looked like it's giving a sell anyway. So yeah, I think just stand easy at the moment. Well, okay, at least you made a buck out of it. Yeah, so yeah, right to hold 5 on that. I can't make head or tail this, guys. So your guess is as good as mine. Yes, Anne Marie. But you experience now, I don't know, someday, I'll be honest, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I thought, my goodness, I've been getting all these right. I must have cracked it at last. I took a step back. You said that before. And you've also said, I'm going to give this up, I'm not going to touch it again before. So yeah, it seems to happen. Just when you think you've got the thing under control, then it comes. Always remember Nicky Price, the golfer, and he was asked in an interview what he's trying to do. He says, I'm trying to control an uncontrollable game. Must have been a trader in his spare time as well as a golfer. But looks like that's heading into disaster area as well. So anyway, whatever. We got our positions in, maybe they'll come right. Coca-Cola. Bloody hell. What's this? I've got this right. We did sell it. We didn't buy it. We did sell it. It's coming off. Is there something wrong here? Am I going crazy? I'm obviously being bitter and twisted type of humor there, yeah. At least that seems to be coming right here for a moment. Keep an eye on the Goldman Sachs. I think some guys missed it. Keep an eye on that Goldman Sachs. It might give another opportunity. Not right now. I'm talking about, just to get some information correct there. Might give another opportunity. If we get a bit higher up, around about maybe 353-ish area like before, to sell it down. So let's hope it goes up a bit. We can get it next time for those who missed it. That did actually have to say that did well. Yeah, you got the sense of bitter and twisted knowledge. What's it going down for? We sold it short. It should be going up. Maybe we should turn to NGAS. That might sort us out. I think
Even that one is bad today.
Yeah. Well, let's just start looking at the bright side. Maybe a bit of a bounce here. I'm still there's no bearish for good fundamental reasons. Might get some decent price to go in and get going again if we get back up here somewhere. Sell it down. If that starts going anywhere near these levels, offering other potential charts. Amazon, what's Google doing? It's stopped out of that. Is it suddenly now coming off, I guess? No, that's all right. At least that's normal. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. So there we are. Got 100 instruments there to choose from. I can't find one that's at the moment, as you can spot one for me, that's given me confidence to say, yeah, this is something I would strongly recommend. Even if stop suddenly bounced up again. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to add at the moment. I can do a bit of a Q&A session if you like, because at the moment I can't find any traders that I would feel confident enough to say, let's have a look and do it. One or two we looked at possibilities, but we wanted confirmation, and that, as you see, that hasn't occurred. So yeah, no, I do know that. Yeah, so I haven't heard. So maybe some Q&As. I'm sure some people would like to ask a few questions. You know, proper ones, not you know, what's going to happen to gold price next after that. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. I mean, all the problem in this country, and the JSE index is about the highest ever been. So it's a bit strange at times, unless people are saying can't put it anywhere else, they've got to put it in the stocks over here, or round head stocks, but even the dollar's not doing that well. It's strange. Okay. So we do a Q&A if anybody on there is saying, right, I need a couple of questions. I've been to a class or I haven't, not sure where to go from here. What sort of strategy, what sort of areas, something like that, if you want anything like that. It depends. Doesn't make a lot of difference. I just say it was very short, like the hour is too short for the costs involved. But 4 hours, if you're comfortable with it, whatever you're comfortable with, it's individual choice. Thing is, you prove I get all that, but it doesn't just change the whole system around. You get a couple of losses. It's like 1 million viewers come in and 20 people say that I don't like it. It doesn't say you shut the program down. You're going to get a glitch. You're always going to be. So I'm still okay with it. Still happy. I've had this before. Doesn't make it any easier. Still don't like it. I've had it before. When you seem to touch it, it turns sour. You know. Other times the other way around. Well, it's not really. It's pumped for a couple of hours. Now it's in decision this hour, the last one. That's too short for me. I'm not 15-year-old. Yeah. Let's have a look at the NAS. That's a good indicator. I like the NAS to see if anything's happening out there. Still seem to be going up, okay? Thought there might be a situation there where it's jumping around a bit. I'm honest, I find that difficult to call. I still think downside's going to be about, but it could pop up 200 before it comes off. I don't know. But I'm still, on a longer term basis, I think that's going to hold and it's going to attack this and come back here before eventually it gets back to the bull run. So if you want my opinion on that, I'll stick my neck out. I think that 12,000 is going to hold. Not on the dot, for goodness sake, round about that area. I think it's going to hold, and then it's going to hover a bit, and then it's going to come off. That's what happened. Yeah, it's only been done 25 minutes. That's true. Anyway, the Coca-Cola. Now look at it, popped up again. Well, at least the Coca-Cola's coming right now. It's popped up again. Okay. I don't use Anyways much, to be honest. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do the ABC afterwards. So almost like 8 waves. So let's say first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. Turn that to an A, B, C, bite around about the bounce there upwards. So I'll just try it again. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A. So theory on the Elliott wave system, that should start going back up again. Up in the NAS, you mean? Okay. Should we start the ABC here? Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Where's the top? Yeah, 4, 5. A, B. If that holds, then it comes down for C and A for another one. People swear by it, it's all a bit iffy. Like everything else, it's always in hindsight or history, because of course, the price action, what is valued at the moment, exactly where the buyer and sellers are in agreement at the price you see on the screen. It needs a shift of more buyers creeping in the push of the pip up, and then seller push down, pop it a pip down. So yeah. Major thing I still go back, guys, sorry, is the candles. The candles are telling you really a lot of indecision out there. Let's go back to the CAD CHF. Are we getting any confirmation there? No. Anyways, okay, ABC is the big one where you try and get that floating pattern. A, B, C, and then C becomes A, B, C, and then C becomes A, B, C. If you're looking for a short, you go back to the NASDAQ. If you're looking more for a short, you do it the other way around. You say maybe let's crunch it a bit. Maybe say here's an A, well, maybe use a body. A, round about an A there, come down to B, popped up, came down, C, etc. So you'll be looking at A, B. It's going to go up there. Is that a high? It seems to be happening. So an A to send it down to the B, C, A, B. Really see the high there. A, B, C up there, A, B, C, that in theory A for the way down. In other words, we've hit the C. In theory, we should be on the way down. But it's a bit iffy, that as well. It was a lot, I tell you right now, a lot of this stuff was invented or looked at when it was about over 80% techno-analysis, and it fitted into it. You know, it's sort of self-fulfilling. It's because everyone's got cell phones today and can be got at, I can't remember the right word, but got at, where I put it, so easily with all sorts of information, misinformation, sensationalist information. We live in the information technology world, you know. Have often jumped in and confused the system a bit. That's the problem. And a lot of it's not just rational economic fundamentals, it's emotion economic fundamentals, which are pumped out with a touch of a button anywhere in the world instantly. And this is the first time in human history that's ever occurred. And only recently, and only a few years. I mean, you know, even 10 years, a long time ago, everyone could afford a fancy cell phone then. But now everyone can get an enormous amount of specs on a cell phone for about $5,000. We unheard of 5-7 years ago. Speed of it so quick. And things have changed so much. Social media, even Federer said he probably would have made success if it's social media going his day, because the continual attack on the person, especially young starting out, is hectic. I mean, there's ESCOM employees got, nobody's facetious now, they should seriously, but nothing to do with it, it's employed by ESCOM. Often have to hide what company they're working for. So the guys get throw stones at their windows and throw stones at them, things like that. Because if it's their fault, they're just workers, they don't know what's going on. So it's a lot of emotion through the social media, and basically the cell phone has created a lot of havoc in some of these tech indicators, which were quite useful a few years ago. I used the MACD, I haven't used for a while. In the past, I used it quite a lot. And stochastic RSI, I use them a lot. Now I keep far more the fundamentals, because they're making up over 40% of it now, which was about 15% in the past. A lot easier. I'll tell you right now, when I was trading about 10, 12 years ago, it was a hell of a lot easier. You didn't have that external interference, so yeah. You still did all right, came through. You know, like the tennis player says, all right, I prefer the roof to be open, but it's raining closed, I have to adjust my game. And that's what people got to do, they adjust their game. Okay, we didn't do Oxy. I didn't write it down anyway. So enough people keen on it. I think we said wait. I don't know, but it looked like it, and that's as far as I got. Some, if you took it, you took it, but I didn't do it. Is it AUD CHF still climbing above the round figure? It looks like 65 is holding at the moment. At the moment, bear in mind, and Coca-Cola. Just watching Microsoft or GS pops up to over 350, and Microsoft goes up a decent amount. We can look at having another go at that. What's Microsoft now? Yeah, that's going back to some sort of areas where it might be sellable again. So I want to watch that NAS. Okay, maybe better tomorrow, but I think the NAS can sort of hold to 12,000, start coming off a bit. I think it'll offer another opportunity to short it, and hopefully we'll do the same with Goldman Sachs. So we've got a couple of possibly good ones coming up. I think the same could apply for Tesla. Okay, so a couple of opportunities coming up. KO we're in, and that's in profits. That's good stuff. Gold's come off again. Right, who's talking about the dollar? Just looked at the other screen. The dollar's suddenly shot up the last hour. So I think, as I said before, I think 103 might hold. So let's exhaust it to sort of push up, and then we might get some opportunity to sell it down again. So at the moment, gold might come back a bit, keep an eye on it, and quite frankly, I hope it does. I think most guys are out of it now and taking their profit, and then we get an opportunity to buy it. Don't sell it. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a decent shit. They've hit the stop loss here. We've had a bit of a bad run last day. So, yeah, so we might, 20 seems to be holding, but if we can get a better price, we might get a buy it again. But hang 5, the dollar going up, I don't want to buy it now. another opportunity to keep an eye on it, guys. Okay. And the CHF JPY, if you get to the right hold, we can look at that and the CAD CHF. CHF JPY, I'm looking to come back enough, we can buy it. Looks like it's popped up. I'm going to miss this thing. See, just get it a little bit consistent. I wanted to buy it around about these levels here. Actually, I think we got there, missed it. And CAD CHF seems to be holding there. Not enough action yet. But yeah, I think that's a possibility of sell. And come back a bit more again, the Swiss franc against the yen, absolutely. Gold comes back a bit more, and Microsoft and GS, possible ones, amongst a few others. So there's a lot of possibilities there coming up. Okay. Well, just got to work out the figures. You got the figures in front of you, work out your risk. If you go in now and the price is 60.80, that's 80 cents away, and it's 1 rand 20. It's about 1.5 to 1 if you go now, yeah. You're risking 1.5 to 1. If you're happy with that, go for it. If you're not, hope it bounces for your sake, not for mine, to get a better price. But it's 1.5. It's scratching. Anything below 60, you're going to get it's going to be below 1.5 average. Risk reward ratio, if you know what I mean. Is it? I mean, you want to take it? It caught me out. Is it coming off? It's about 10 cents. It's got to be coming off. Is it though? Let's look at that. But the thing is, a Nasdaq isn't, is it? Oh, yes, it is. The Nasdaq last is coming off. Aha. Aha. You need to stop up there. It's a hell of a long way away, though. So you need about a $15 stop. That's a lot for one. You can go half a share if you want. Yeah, you can certainly get, if you take down there, you get your risk reward. You want to do it there, Gerard? Okay. All right. Put a $15 stop in, and you can put a TP down here at 100. Make it 108 round figure. 108 round figure, and add $15 to that. Should stop, and it's $15 for 1.0. So that's about $6, about 100 rand. So it's probably about, call it 190 bucks a share. 85 half a share. There you go. You got that? Good enough. Okay, Marie, no problem. Thanks for your patience, eh? Actually, what's $15? Talking rubbish. $6 a hundred. Sorry, beg your pardon. $6 a hundred. So $12 200. So it's 250. I beg your pardon. It's 250 rand a share. Okay. So you're risking 125 bucks. Go 0.5. That I agree. No problem. Unless you got 100 grand account, you get pointless. But yeah, that's fine. Do 0.5. Give it a go on that. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. I like it, yeah. And 125 bucks, most people can fit that into the budget. That's the tip in a restaurant these days, eh? Okay. Right. Dollar's still strengthening. Just bear that in mind. So you might get more pullback on gold before you look at buying it again. Any comments, guys? Anything else? Because I've completely run out of steam. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll go on, make it up and do a longer show if you like. I've got action tactics, things are happening. For the moment, it's a bit sort of topsy-turvy, I think. Now, suddenly in the last 9 minutes, dollar suddenly shot up. I mean, who's to guess that? Okay, Pete, no problem. I'll look at the fundamentals. I missed some of the fundamentals, don't think so. No, there's nothing there. Nothing there at all. So not the fundamentals. I'll go look at it. Yeah, dollar, whatever reason, might find news later on a bit late then. Suddenly decided to move up. It's moved up in the last few hours, about 0.7 was a lot. Could be the PMI, yeah. But it's a bit of a large reaction, a bit late in the PMI, I might add. What time did that come out?
4:45.
What's today? Tuesday. What PMI is this? 4:45. I haven't got it down here. Why haven't I got it down? Did the US PMI come out today?
Yes, it's a 2-star, Raj.
Oh, okay. Why the 2-star have such a large reaction? Emotional took it over. Okay. Seems strange that. I've seen less reaction of 3-star. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like that 2-year-old not going my way either, so I'll join on that one. Still. Yeah. Guess as good as mine at the moment. Okay, right. Anything else I want to chat about? Because I say I don't want to continue in something's not happening. I think just you got your stocks protecting, see how they work out. Maybe AUD/CHF, is that bouncing back up again? Now I said that. Yeah, bounce back up again. You got them, got your trades out, you got your stops out. Just hope to goodness they will come right in the end. Cheers, Pietro. Let's have a look. Okay, I think just carry on with that and I'll see what we do with them tomorrow. You did figure it out. Good stuff. Good. Yeah. Okay, right. Anyone, any other questions before we fold up? I'll stay up until 6 if it turns you on and you got stuff and I feel we're adding value. Yeah, the trades come to start and I can't answer questions that are not being asked. Any questions there? There might be a few new ones there, I'm not sure. Ideas, a new guy. Any questions there? I can't pronounce your surname, so idea. You have, go for it. I think you're unmuted, you want to speak. Yeah, you're unmuted, you want to speak. Yeah, Nick, this is when you do need patience. Clearly, I haven't got as much as I like to think I've got. I'm getting very impatient on this market. I have no idea what I'm dealing. No idea. I took a strategy. I took a trade. I decided to sell against the Swiss franc. Got my stop loss in. That's my strategy, and I'm going to stick with it. Whether it'll stop me out, come on down, that's up to the market. I don't know. I haven't been for a couple of weeks in the euro at CAD. I've been a bit wary of the euro actually with the hawkish stance. CAD, is it? Yeah, again, look at these. Look at the wicks telling about indecision. Yeah, that's indecision today. We're 17 hours in the day and look indecision. So I never even long or short. That doesn't know which way. Now is right. Oh, okay. You know, I'm happy with the trade. I'm happy with the trade. It'll jump around. That's normal. I'm not moaning about that. Jumps around, but when it does continue, in my opinion, obviously the wrong direction, and I don't know why, then I get quite frankly frustrated because I expect to know why. Actually, you expect me to know why, and I'm not going to BS you without some fancy multisyllabic, high economic jargon reasons to blind you with science sort of thing. Well, I admit it. I don't know why it's behaving certain ways. If I got the trade wrong from a point of view, we've got the maths wrong or a direction wrong, or I made a mistake or something. I admit it to you. I'm sorry. I won't pay your money back for losing on that bit of advice. But no, I agree with those trades. And until I get stopped out, it's TP or I get myself out, I'm happy with the strategy. Simple as that. But ask me whether it's going to come right or not. Well, you have to go and ask the Almighty that. That's the only person who knows that. But yeah, I'm happy with your trade. Yeah, I like the K. As long as you got the figures right. Hope you can go like 0.1 or something. Hope you went in proper. What was your position size, Butus? Can you tell me? You tap down there what your position size was, your volume on KO? Because guys are still going in fractions on shares. Or I know you didn't test. That's a different story. I'm talking about cheaper ones. So what was your position size? Butus? Didn't take long to tap it out. What was your position size?
Oh, sorry, I was just struggling to unmute. Yeah, my position side was just on the bottom of the entry price.
Don't understand a word of that. What was your position size? What was your volume?
Oh, my volume. It was the first one, like 1.0.
I admit 1 point what?
So what do you mean by volume? Like I'm kind of
You're completely confused. It was a simple question, Judas. What was your volume? Was it 0.1, 1.5, 17.6? What was the volume?
Oh yeah, it's a second one, which is like 5.0.
5.0. That's all I wanted to hear. Sorry, that's all I wanted to hear. Because
Yeah.
a lot of guys are trying to get them away for trading CFDs like Forex. The shares are different volumes. 5 is fine. Okay. I just don't want guys putting 0.01 on a share. And they did that in Forex. It's a completely different ballgame. Okay, that's 100%. That's fine. Okay, great. So you got 100%.
Okay.
No, I'm happy with that. I obviously know it's your account, but sounds good to me. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm very happy with the trade. Actually, it's in profit at the moment as we speak. I just hope it continues that. Yeah, so yeah, I think personally, I'm happy with it. But that's why you got to stop loss, because if it jumps up, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with that. All I think is going to go down, but clearly I do. I wouldn't offer to sell trade, would I? I would offer a buy trade. Do I know it's going to go down or up? No, I don't. I'm glad you laughed, because that's exactly what it should be, because it's frustrating. Because unfortunately, sorry guys, I don't. I just say I've taken that position, I've taken that view, and hope it works out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're happy with that, Judy? Good man. Thanks. Hi, Pinkana. Thanks, mate. Cheers. How can I help you then, Pinkana? Said hi, Roger. How can I help you? Sorry, Pinkani, you put in hi, Roger. Hi, how can I help you? I presume that's a prelude to a question. Or just saying hi. Struggle to get some of the symbols. Okay, go to your there and you put it in. What symbol do you want to put in? Write down, you need to be on it. It's not 10 minutes late, like now. Write down, tap out, what you're battling. Write down there on the chat line what it is, and I'll show you how to put it in. But like now, you know, because it doesn't take long to type that out. Okay, can't do that. Okay, right. Depends what you want to put in. Let's see which I can't even want to put in now. Let's see what to put in. I don't know, Amazon. Why is that not clicking properly? Amazon. You spell out the proper name if you like, and he gives the offering. Amazon. So you put that in there and you tap the enter. KO. You've got to put the dot in. There we are. KO dot. Put in KO dot. You must remember the full stop. See Tesla dot. Race dot. You must put the dot in. So put KO dot. So I'm not the soft. There. Put it in the blank space at the bottom there and put in KO. Don't forget the dot and away you go. Okay, no, there isn't one Van Dealer. No. So I'm sorry to say no. If you lost a trade last time, you might lose again, or you might win next time. No. There is you cannot say I don't lose again. If you're going to be in the derivatives market, the leveraged instrument market, which is called the derivatives market, you're going to have winners and losers. There's no ways around that. Thanks, Sibandili. Believe me, if we know how to win, you know, there'd be no buyers and sellers. Okay, got that thing. Yeah, you sorted, great stuff. No buyers and sellers. Remember, every time I'm going to go down and show you something here. I'm going to go to the 1 minute chart. That's 1 minute candlestick. At the moment, the last 2 minutes, the buyer's in charge. The minute before that, the seller's in charge. That will stay sitting there till a buyer comes in or a seller comes in to move it either direction. Okay, so there's no ways you're going to know. You take an overall idea and see if it works out. If you're going to go and say, I can't go in, I can't lose money, me, no, I don't do it. Oh, I see, sorry, I thought you were asking me that. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, good point there. That's a good point there, Mark, yeah. If you say, no, I can't, I've only got 1,000 rand, I can't afford to lose it, then you do not do this market. This is as risky as it gets. Wandili, see Mark's question there? Are you doing a stock market college course? Yes or no? Yes or no would be good. That's exactly, in a nutshell. That's about the best way I can think of putting it. So this is great. I like that. Short, sharp, sweet, and to the point. Excellent. So guys, once you put a signal into the market, now you place a trade in the market, not a pending, a market execution trade. Pending, you're not in the market. So once you're in the market will decide whether you're going to profit or not. You know, it's exactly it. Where that's going to go down or up, I haven't the slightest idea. Nobody has. We take a position thinking, for various technical reasons, overall, look at the world area, which I do. I say the likelihood there is down. So I've taken a stop loss in case I'm wrong and a TP in case I'm right. And then you can adjust modify either going along or exit when you want. But will that market decide to continue down or jump back up? I don't know. I mean, the AUD, it's CHF, USD CHF today. I thought the market technically and everything else with the dollar, as the information I had at hand this morning, downside. In the strategy room, they agreed, but the market decided otherwise. The market, unfortunately, hate to admit it, is bigger than me by a few $1 trillion. I think Mark as well put it in a nutshell, guys. Nobody, I don't care if you've been doing it 20 years, I don't care. Dealing with loss is never, ever easy. We all know it's going to happen. It happens. I can say statistically, let's say 50% of marriages end in divorce. Don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying. It doesn't stop you getting married and doesn't stop you getting hurt, even though I'm saying that that's 50% likelihood. You're still going to do it and you're still going to get hurt and disappointed. Well, the same sort of principle. Yeah. So you've got to be able to say, I can afford to lose that money when to trade. Not much money you can make, that will look after itself. When you go in, I'm prepared to lose that money. If I can't afford to lose that money, don't do it. This is not equities, which that's can't call high risk. It's not putting your money in the bank. This is a speculative area, and that's why you've got to take the good with the bad. And the problem is they try to get the bad ones to come good. So then what if I stop loss away? I'll go in again and again and again, hope it's going to come right, because they've married in their own head, it's going to come off. And sometimes it does, you get lucky. Sometimes it doesn't, your account's wiped out. You've got to, equity management is an absolute, because the market has its own idea. I tell you what, man, I said it before, I'll try another one day. You take somebody to see a film, you think it's a great film, and they come out and think it's a load of old rubbish. Well, that's their opinion, you know what I mean? The same with the market. There's a way of determining from the charts what the buyer and seller like to do from past history. That's all we've got to work on. I'm using a daily time frame now. It's past history. We can see what's happened in the past. So we're using the past, hoping that is it a strong or weak zone, and that sort of thing. To, like I said, that's like a short because of held, and it's in a weaker market below here. So I look at the possibility of a sell. But I could turn around and go back up again. You know what I mean? I might have thought this was a sell, that was a good idea. I thought this might have been a sell here somewhere, and look, it went up, you know? You get the idea. So we do the best we can. We use our experience. We come to the trading room. A few guys say, I like it. Other guys join in. So the consensus opinion at that moment is a buy or a sell. We're based on history and experience. What happens after that? Wait and see. I get it completely, because I remember I started just like everybody else. You thought, well, there is some way of knowing which direction it's going to be, where you get it right, and a bit of time and study and effort, you get it right every time. No, yeah. Fortunately, you won't make silly mistakes, which you do when you start. That's understandable. But the overall area with that market tomorrow is going to be at 60.09 or 60 higher or lower. I'll only know tomorrow. I do not know now. Okay. But that's what it'll be. These things, it's important. Thank you, Wendy. This is what we need. People interact like this. So I can answer questions, because other guys don't interact. And so I have someone who does answer the question for them. Because I do know some guys do go to classes, and the questions they ask afterwards, they might not have attended physically, but not mentally, because they're still not quite sure. And they're not sure, then they ask whoever's in charge of the class, run that by me again. I don't understand. And until you obviously do. But yeah, the other things we can clear up. Position sizing, absolutely. Fair's indicators, use some experience, know what the economic calendar's up to, all that sort of thing, yes. But the one unknown, whether you're doing 1 minute or 100 years, with that, what the market does with what the market does. I'll say it again, millions of people are trading with different personalities, different amounts of money, different emotions, different thoughts, different understandings, different long, short-term strategies, etc. And that's what will give you the noise. So we work out a strategy performing that, and we know sometimes we're going to have a nice winning run, some we're going to losing run, sometimes this, sometimes that. But once it's in the market, can't control it. It's like you're saying, understandably, one dealer, it's going against me. Should I get out now or not? I can't make that call. I say get out now, and it suddenly comes right, you're fed up. I say, no, hang on, it's looking good, and it continues bad, and you get stopped out. I don't know. All I can say is I've taken an overall view, what the market will do. I haven't, nobody on this planet has a cooking clue. That's why it's a market. Once we have a cooking clue, there won't be a market. You go to the casino, this is very similar to casino actually, and you know red's going to come up on the roulette table, then the casino will shut down that roulette table because they will then be paying you. They don't want that. And now you know that's a rigged. So for the casino, they're not going to get any, and they're not getting any clients because they're not going to go to the casino knowing it's rigged in their favor. So every time you put red, they'll know they press the button, black comes up. You see what I mean? There's got to be a buyer and a seller with a different viewpoint. Okay. To make the market work. Take that out. Believe me, you don't have a market. Clearly. I hope that all makes sense. I've said it before, I'll be saying it again. Remember that. Every time you sell something, the other guy's buying it off you, thinks you're wrong, and you think he's wrong or she's wrong. The value of that share is $60.10. You might think that's undervalued, you buy it. Another guy might think it's overvalued and they'll sell it. That's how the market. If we all know that's undervalued, we all want to buy it. Who on earth is going to sell it to us? We don't have a market. Just remember that. Then hopefully it'll be clearer. The problem is I get where you guys come from. You sold on the basis that once you got this, you're going to get beautiful trades of winning all and you make all this fantastic money. Well, is that easy? One, why the guy's selling it? Number two, why is he in front of you and not in the Bahamas? Just remember that there's nothing that's that easy. The people with greater brains would be doing it. We wouldn't have any employment that's that easy. Like anything, if that easy to become a lawyer, it wouldn't pay you very well. Easy to become a football like Messi, that might pay millions. If it was that easy, they wouldn't be paying you millions. Yeah? Okay, I hope that's cleared that up. We're all good. Okay, it's now past. Q&As can be useful because it does get people to get an understanding, and those sort of understand the concept areas will be something you can work on to get a lot better. But if you don't understand the concept, then it's going to be difficult. Yeah. Thank you, Andili. Yeah. I've been in sales before. I used to do sales training with guys. And my idea was to teach them not how to answer an objection so much, that's easy. It's to understand the emotional concept of what the buyer and sellers are going through. Why people buy or don't buy stuff. How emotion, how the psychology. And this is the same thing here. Psychology is an enormous part of trading. Enormous. That's why I say waste your time in a demo. Take the psychology out and don't know how to trade. The demo is you take out that worry because it's not real money. It's like this morning, was it saying someone's making 28 grand a day? I'm telling you right now, I'm not 100%, but I'm 99.99% sure that's sort of BS. People have been this busy long will tell you, it's like the guy at casino, he made 20 grand yesterday. What he didn't tell you, he lost 40 grand the day before, you get the idea. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, guys. Stick with it. You get good days and bad days. Don't get ahead of yourself on good days. Don't get too respond on bad days. Somehow keep equilibrium. Not easy, I get that. And maybe we'll get a few coming through, and then we'll get the smile back on our faces. We had two, I think, NZD and the US dollar one knocked out. Okay, it happened. That's two. Gold. Okay, we made some money on that. AUD CHF. Is that hunting for disaster? Yeah, that's looking like heading for disaster. So that's three. Looks like not so good, one good. Maybe the KL will make back on it. So we'll have to see what happens. Okay, how we get back on. I had about a 80% hit rate. Now it's gone down about 60 or so. So we can get it back up again. Right. Had a couple of centuries. Got to say, go out the out to duck the next innings. We've had our ducks. Let's get a century now. Hey, congratulations, Mark. Yeah. Well, I hope that's good enough anyway. Congratulations. Okay, mate. All right. Fantastic. Catch you guys tomorrow. Let's get the smile back on our face. Okay. Sorry about those trades. We'll try and get good ones out for you tomorrow. That's all I can say. I'm doing the best. Thanks, guys.